Oh, so lucky. Woo. Oh, man. Shalom, shalom. I want to see if y'all can hear me. Shalom, shalom. 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 It's your brother Dagabar. Just coming to do another live, but instead on my channel, I'm gonna do one on the camp channel. First and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahushai is who the world intimately calls Jesus the Christ. And double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, Lord willing that they continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing in His word, Lord willing that they continue to endure and be sincere in the same Spirit. Shalom to the Akhwatiyam that are believers in His faith and His truth, Lord willing that they continue to pursue their lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Lord willing, the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. The title of this one is No Ease or Rest for Israel. Constantly running past videos of Jake, complaining about money, jobs, tired of ends not meeting, which I'm tired of that too. But then when you get this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you start to understand that this is part of our curse. Truly when you serve the Lord, you really don't want to be here. You really don't want this kingdom to flourish, right? You start to hate niggas, right? We all niggas, but the mindset of a nigga, the movement of a nigga, you start to hate it. You start to dislike the mindset of women, women not of this faith, and the women that call themselves of this faith that's not truly sincere. You get tired of that too. Really want Yahweh Shema Shai to come to humble a lot of men and women, and even humble a lot of you children. A lot of people will look at, teaching boring, but this thing is all about edifying, building you up on what you don't know, right? From past, right, history, give you edification on prophecies, parables, understanding, even etymologies of words. So Lord willing, this is edifying and straight to the point. So the first precepts I'm gonna start with is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 64 to 67. It says, "And Yahweh Shema Shai shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone," right? Which affect us in that time, but even more affected us in this time. Shalom to the brother. Hope, grace, mercy, 144, shalom. Verse 65, it says, "Among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the soles of thy foot have rest. But Yahweh Shema Shai shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind." Right? Our feet is not going to have no rest. Right? Let me go to a precept real quick because I don't want this to leave my mind. Right? We're not going to have no rest. I'm going to go to Lamentations chapter 1. which is, no, chapter 5, which happened in the Babylon, the Assyrians, the Persian Medes, the Greek captivity, the Romans captivity, and what's even worse, it happened in a worse level in this side, which is America, but really four corners of the earth, right, to establish their kingdom. This is Lamentations, the 5th chapter, verse 5. It says, our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest, right? We labor, we have no rest. Our necks is under persecution. You're always working, man. You know, even when you have a vacation, the vacation go by quick. Like through this, like right now, I'm on a vacation, and I know time is gonna go by quick. You know, and then, you know, if I get 2-3 days off, those 2-3 days that I have off throughout the week, they go by quick. And you go back to work, right? Your legs, back freaking hurting, right? You don't really get to enjoy the money you work for, right? But when you come in this truth, right? Let me get something. You start to understand it's not meant for us to have a flourish or a prosperous life on this side. This is Haggai 1:6. It says, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes, right? A lot of us is earning wages in a bag that's the money is just gonna fall out. Really, as an example, as soon as you make money, you gotta spend it, right? You gotta pay bills. If you got kids, you gotta buy clothes. The kids is grown, you gotta buy shoes. If you got a girl or you got 2 wives, however it may be, she might want her nails done. She might want her hair done. She want this weave. I want that weave. Oh, she do makeup. She want Jordan. She want Jay. She want a purse. You gotta, as soon as you get money, you gotta spend it. You know, this side, the side that we're on, especially if somebody of faith, you know, you're not gonna truly have a desire of wealth. You know, there's nothing wrong with having money, right? Money is a good defense. But the more you grow in this thing, the more you see what's going on in politics and the system, the more you hate this place. And the more, most of us is gonna keep it simple, right? Simple, so that you don't have a headache, so that you're not in anger. So the brother Hope, Grace, Mercy 144, he dropped a precept. The Water brother, Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14 to 15. It says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man want through thee. I will make thee an eternal excellence, a joy of many generations. And this is what you should be desiring, to be an eternal excellence, a joy of many generations. But right now, we're forsaken and hated, right? No other nation underneath Esau is looking out for our best interests. They ain't helping us. Nobody is telling the world who the real children of the Lord is. Now you got some people saying the real Jews is the black folks. What about the Northern Kingdom, the Latinos, the natives? You know, they some beautiful people. The women, they beautiful. You know, you got brothers over there that's diligent and stern, you know. But again, you know, a lot of us want to prosper on this side, and there's nothing wrong with having some money in your pocket. There's nothing wrong with it. But you better put Yahweh Shem Al Shai before those things. You know, I'm thinking of the verse where he said, don't give me wealth and don't give me poverty. I forgot what it was. It's a verse like that. I think I just brought out the lesson. I'm probably wording it incorrectly, right? A brother might drop it. He might know what I'm talking about. This is Deuteronomy 28 again, and I'm going to read verse 66. No, I'm going to read 65. It says, And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the soles of thy foot have rest. But Yahweh Shem Shai shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fare day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. A lot of us doubt. I doubt I'm gonna be able to pay my bills, right? I doubt that I'm special. Like a lot of us have a doubtful mind, right? And it's not just necessarily just only you, right? It's really just because of this freaking captivity that you're in, right? And it doesn't matter if you're rich, middle class, low class, right? It's a doubt in there. Now for you brothers and sisters that is lowly, we're in the ghettos, right? You don't got the best of job, right? You making ends meet, right? You're doubting, right? And that comes with our curse, right? But really our assurance is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Now we're growing away from doubt, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to handle these nations. He's going to handle the wicked that's in our nation, right? 67, it says, in the morning thou shalt say, would God it were evening? And at evening thou shalt say, would God it were morning? For the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. So some of us want, man, I can't wait for it to be morning. You know what? I can't wait for it to be night. Shoot, I'm at work. I can't wait for it to be morning, to get off of work. Then be able to probably get a chapter in, maybe do a lesson, maybe just only read, maybe meditate, right? And then eventually, please allow it to be night already so I can go to work, right? Because I be wanting time to go fast. I want to get the fuck out of here, you know, because I'm not at ease. Just because I'm not at ease, my oppressors are still ruling me. These lower level Edomites is still ruling me. How they act, what they might do to my brother, what they might do to my other brother, hey, even if it's my wives or if it's the elder apostles over there or my children, man. You know, I want people to pay, especially for those that's not accepting Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, rejecting Yahweh Shai, right? I want people to pay, right? The brother dropped Proverbs 30:8. Remove from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. See, that's what I wanted, right? That's a beautiful verse, man. And if you watching, you should be taking that verse, circling it, highlighting it in your Bible. Shoot, I'm gonna show you as an example. Let me do it with you. I know I got it over there in my, oh, actually, I probably got it right here in my physical. Right? Highlight that. You know, I want to live a simple life because, you know, I'm still in the flesh, you know, and that joint catch up to you. Yep, I got to, wait, no, I don't. Yeah, I got to highlight that one. Yep, I got that I'm highlighting that right now. Proverbs 30:4 again, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Right? The more simple our life is, the better it is for us to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? Because especially if you have more riches, Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, maybe I want to read that in the NLT. Yeah, I'm going to read that in the NLT. I want to make sure I get the right one. It goes into wealth. Salaki family. It is better to go to a house of mourning. I'm thinking. Yeah. Let me see it. Maybe it's verse 12. 6. Ecclesiastes 6. Is this the one I want? Yeah, I'll read this one. This is Ecclesiastes 7 in the NLT verse 11. It says, wisdom is even better when you have money. Both are a benefit as you go through life. Wisdom and money can get you almost anything, but only wisdom can save your life, right? This is why, for me and myself, this is why I would rather have more wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai than wealth, right? Because wisdom is gonna save my life. And when we really look at wisdom through the spirit, you're looking at Yahweh Shai. When you look at life, you're looking at Yahweh Shai. Money is a good defense though, right? Especially in this time. But when we start thinking about the MOTB, when you start thinking about prophecies, you want to have your mind on not being attached to money, right? Verse 13, accept the way God does things. For who can straighten what he has made crooked? Enjoy prosperity while you can. But when hard times strike, realize that both come from God. Remember that nothing is certain in this life. Nothing is certain in this life, man. He put, which one you put? Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. It is better to go to a house of mourning than to go to a house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay in it in his heart, right? God, in the NLT it says better to spend your time at funerals than at parties. After all, everyone dies, so the living should take this to heart, right? It's better to be in a house of mourning, man, right? And that goes in, like, right, your feet has no rest, right? And I know we talking about our money or something, but if your bills is being paid, you got food in your house, that is way better than having wealth. And then you say, then you don't got the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord, right? What is it? I think it's 1 Timothy. Let me see. 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter. Yes. 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter, the NLT, verse 6. Yet true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth, right? So being content with godliness, that is great wealth. After all, we brought nothing with us when we came into this world. We can't take anything with us when we leave it. Now, okay, it's a precept in Ecclesiastes. It says somebody that desires money won't be happy. Dang, let me see. But I know the way I'm thinking of it is in the NLT, right? Because it's a verse, you know, he that loveth silver shall, yep, there we go. There we go. I found it. I found it, baby. See, all you got to do is get into that sword, you heard? We're going to go to Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it in the NLT. I'll read it in NLT, but right now I'll read it in the KJV for you guys. Right, so you can get hit with both of them. Which one? Okay, it's Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. It's freaking meaningless, man. Right? Let me read that again in the NLT, verse 10. It says, those who love money will never have enough. How meaningless to think, Salaki. How meaningless to think that wealth brings true happiness. I'm going to read that again, man. Ecclesiastes 5:10. Those who love money will never have enough. How meaningless to think that wealth brings true happiness. And Solomon had all these things, right? He was trying to see what is righteous or what is folly, right? He's trying to see what is meaningful and what is meaningless, right? You not being satisfied with money and wanting more, right? Like you I got 10,000, man, I need 20,000. I felt that feeling when I was damn near getting almost close to 1,000 a week, and I was feeling like, ooh man, it felt good. And then when it went down to like 7 to 8 and then back to 7, then 8, and then my hours got short and I was getting 6, I'm like, wait, hold on, something not feeling right? And then I was getting unsatisfied because I got a taste of getting, I never was getting unless when I was selling drugs, but getting $1,000 a week at doing a full-time job or just working a job in general, I got excited, but I wasn't satisfied because then I wanted more, right? When I was making 800 and the next thing you know, I'm seeing 1,000, I'm like, ooh, I want this 1,000. Then when it go back down, I'm unsatisfied. I had to rebuke that spirit because I started thinking of the MOTB, and I'm like, hell nah. This is how people feel. Even in the world, I used to hurry up and spend money just to attract women. I never saved. Now that when I save and I just put it back in the bank, or I gotta send money, but I save. The more I see it, I'm like, ooh, I gotta rebuke that spirit, right? Because you'll be you'll be unsatisfied with money that you have and you want more. That's why the love of money is the root of all evil. Some people will do some strange things just to get more money, right? So let's go back to that 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. It's verse 7. After all, we brought nothing with us when we came into the world. We can't take anything with us when we leave it. So if we have enough food and clothing, let us be content. Right? If you have enough food and clothing, you should be content. And if your bills is paid, so you got Wi-Fi, you basically your internet, if you got cable, shoot, if you playing the game, your car, your rent, your light bill, gas bill, be content with that, right? Because then in a minute, sometimes you can complain about you seeing somebody else with something and you don't got it. Then when you get it, then you complain about something else, right? Our life on this side wasn't meant for that. We were meant to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You should be seeking the kingdom, man. Because with mad money comes a lot of responsibility. You gotta pay taxes different than everybody else. Let alone you gotta keep that same money flow. You getting $100,000 a month, $100,000 a year, right? Or maybe getting $1 million a year. You gotta keep that flow continuously, right? Then it takes away from you giving time to the Lord. I don't know not one real rich person that's given up their money and their wealth to truly serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Now verse 9, it says, but people who long to be rich fall into temptation and are trapped by many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And some people craving money have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows, right? So a lot of people that's pursuing a lot of money is going to wander or flee away from true faith, right? And this is why I'm the way that we're getting afflicted, it takes our mind away. Yes, we're going to complain, but the number one stability is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, true godliness, true understanding, right? Because the only way truly out of this system is serving the Lord so you can get that kingdom. People think the kingdom is when you die or when the Lord comes and then you just in the spirit world and everybody just walking around like Biggie Smalls. I don't want to go to heaven with the goody goodies. Heaven is about rulership. The children of Israel was meant to rule the whole earth. 2 Ezra 6:55, the Lord made the world for our sakes. The Lord made this for our domain to rule, let alone to have an angelic and a celestial body as one, right? Having a fleshful body with that angel body, where we're able to get into a chariot, able to fly out the firmament, able to travel, because the angels, like in Genesis the 28th chapter, verse 11, Jacob in his dream through the spirit seen the Lord make a staircase, and the angels was descending from heaven and ascending to heaven. So in real reality, in the spirit, the angels are coming and going into earth. You got Esau making movies on Disney where the black dude, I think, he became a celestial. He basically was a spirit, and he was going to a spiritual place, and he wanted to come back to earth. In real reality, angels are coming and going in the earth and out. Right? Now, if you don't got that knowledge, I'm not here to force anybody to believe in that, but that is truly going on. The things that you don't see are eternal, right? So you have to know the things that you don't see is doing greater things than the things that you do see, right? Let me get a precept for that real quick, and then we'll get back to where we'll get back on track, right? Let's go to 2 Corinthians. Like the elder Apostle Gabar said, he said, as long as it's edifying, man, you might see me go here because we was just talking about money, and I know, a lot of us is suffering, especially on this side. You got to talk about money. So I just want to, get in there deep on that point. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Right? So you got to understand, the heavenly angels on the left hand and the right hand are going up and down, right, upon earth, going up to the heavens and going right back down, because they have a mission just like we do, but just in the spirit, right? Lord willing, you got that. So now I'm going to Daniel chapter 9. Did we read? Yeah, we did read that. So Daniel 9, verse 11 and 12, it says, yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us in the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. Right? What is those curse? The curse in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? In the Babylon, the Syrian, the Babylon, the Persian Medes, the Greek, the Roman captivity. In this captivity that we're in, even when we were in the hands of the Arabs, right, and the African booty scratchers, we were afflicted with the curses. And it hit us even worse in this captivity because now we got technology, AI, people driving cars. Right? Back then, you couldn't get on a horse if you was a servant. Now they make you think that you somebody, because now the new horse is a car. You gotta pay taxes for a literal horse on this side to have a horse, and you gotta have land to take care of it, or you gotta pay somebody to hold your horse. But the modern day horse is a car, and we really think we doing something. In your past life, you was connected with the animals. You was riding on horses' backs. We don't know what that is on this side, unless I'm about to go pay some tickets to take my kids to horseback riding. We paying to ride on animals that was truly given to us in the time of Adam, man, because that's the example of rulership, right? But now we're in the curses. Now we're serving enemies that the Lord brought us four corners of the earth, right? Starting at Deuteronomy, the 50th verse, right? People that's not sparing the people of old or young, right? Your children, as soon as they born, they got to get birth certificates. They got to get shots. Your kids can't go to school unless they getting shots. Then if you don't let your kids go to school, say if they're not in homeschool and you teach them yourself, they'll call CPS on you. Your kids is missing mad days of school. They'll call CPS on you. This is not living. I don't care how much money you got. Go look at your dollar bills. This is not living. Verse 12, it says, he have confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. So no other nation is compared to us. Why is Christians, which Lord willing I get to do a video on it, this pastor saying, I mean, you know, Hebrew Israelites is the number one people talked about. This pastor said, he was talking about Muslims and Hebrew Israelite. This is a new doctrine. And he said how dumb it sound that so-called black people are God's chosen people. They're the only chosen people. Whoever camp is saying that, they off, because the God chosen people is the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we see in America that actually line up with the stick. But it's even black, Latino, Hispanics outside of America, four corners of the earth, that might be called a different name. Those are God's chosen people, right? However you want to accept it. But true Christianity started by your slave masters. The real Christians are Israelites, right? Let's get something on that. And again, we're gonna hop back on track again. I wanna get to Isaiah 1. That's the point I really want to take you guys. Okay, now that we did that, let's do this. We're gonna go to Acts, the 13th chapter, so we can handle the true Christians are Israelites, right? Is this the one I want? Yes. This is Acts, the 13th chapter, verse 1 in the KJV. Now, there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene, and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod and Saul. Now I'm gonna click this. We in the blue letter, so we're gonna get the Greek interlinear for the word, where some people would call it Niger, but the word is nigger. And I'm gonna show you on the screen. Actually, let me do this. So I'm gonna show you, so we not making up nothing. This is Acts, the 13th chapter. This is verse 1, right? Lord willing, you can see it. It's G3526, right? We're gonna click G3526 just to make sure you can see it. Wait, where we at? Okay, right there. And look at the Strong's definition right there. And now I'm about to play the word.
Strong's G3526. Niger. Niger.
Plain upon tables. And it's spelled Neeger. This is a Latin origin word. And nigger means black. And this was the surname for the prophet Simeon, right? This is what they was calling him. It was calling him nigger, which was really calling him black. The Strong's definition, the Latin origin for this word, black, nigger, a Christian. So they was really just calling Simeon a Christian, a black Christian. Playing upon baby tables, man. Right? So, you know how when people be, oh, you stupid nigger, guess what? Now you get to hit that and not really get mad at it. Of course, it can mean ignorant, but now you just got even more understanding. If they using the Latin term, which is just nigger, they're calling you a black Christian, you know? And only Israelites can be a true Christian, right? Now, it can go into like Judah, Benjamin, Levi, or say if Zebulon was a dark-skinned person and he was black, dark-skinned, hey, you can use that for him too, right? But truly, a true Christian is an Israelite, a true follower of Yahushua, right? So now, let's get to this point that I want. Let's go to Isaiah, because it says Israel has no ease and no rest. And it all goes back to our sins, our nakedness, right? You know what? Let me get that one too. Lamentations 1:8. Nakedness is sin. Lamentations 1:8. It says, Jerusalem have grievously sinned. Therefore she is removed. All that honored her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. Yeah, she sigheth and turneth backwards. Right? Jerusalem's nakedness is seen. Their sins. Right? When we go into Genesis 2:25, and they were both naked, the man and his woman, and were not ashamed. Right? Their sins were revealed. Right? They're naked. That's what naked is. Their sins are being revealed. Exodus 32:25, and when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies, because they made a false idol. Naked is your sins are being seen, right? And you got other ones too. You got other examples, right? So now, Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah chapter 1. This right here is a vision of Isaiah going with the rebellion of God's people. And I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. For Yahweh have spoken, I have nourished, and brought up children. They have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider. So you got two examples that happen in past tense, but it's even happened in the present, right? It says they have rebelled against me. That happened before, and it's happening now. And it says Israel do not consider, my people. Israel do not know, my people doeth not consider, right? But the ox and the ass, they know their master. We are the same people today that don't know, right? So we're gonna read Ecclesiastes 3:15, which I always read in the NLT. It says, what is happening now has happened before, and what will happen in the future has happened before, because God makes the same thing happen over and over again. So the children of Israel is doing the same thing. They rebelling against the Lord, and they do not know, and they do not consider that they're the people. They don't consider that that they're the people of that God is for them, right? They don't consider it, right? The children of Israel don't believe that God only chose the children of Israel. They don't believe that. It ain't no it is equality. The Lord loves everybody. He created everybody. Because if that's the case, He would have just made Israelites in the earth. That really do sound dumb, right? Because you need servants, right? We need nations that's going to be under us so that we can rule them, right? But Israel don't consider, right? So what is happening now has happened before. Rebelling, killing, right? Niggas selling drugs, niggas scheming, niggas out here teaching for bribe. The same thing for the people in the truth and out the truth happened before. False teachers, imposters, right? People might be calling themselves the Hamashiach. They might sit in a high seat, right? But they're deceivers, right? That happened back then, right? You got people that's not of the faith, right? That could be in Christianity, they can be in Muslim, they can be atheists, right? They could be a hoochie mama, a publican. The same thing that's happened now, it happened back then. You know? It's just a recycle, a circle going over again. It said what will happen in the future has happened before. Because God makes the same thing happen over and over again. So that we can fulfill the purpose that He has for us, which is really the elect, right? Let me get that real quick. That's actually in the same chapter. Let's go down to verse 9 in Isaiah. It says, except Yahweh of hosts have had left unto us a very small remnant, which is remaining in the faith, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been as Gomorrah. If we would have been like Sodom and Gomorrah, all Israel would have been destroyed. But the Lord left a remaining of believers. The time of Elijah, it was only 7,000 prophets, which Lord willing, I get to do a lesson on that later. Matter of fact, let me get a precept on something. Let me get a precept real quick. I think it's Hosea 12 and 10. Hosea 12 and 10. It says, I have all, let me start at verse 9. It says, and I that am Yahweh Shemashai, that power, from the land of Egypt will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles, as in the days of the Solomon feast. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions, and used similitudes, something in likeness, by the ministry of the prophets. Right? So so what we just read in Ecclesiastes 3, what happened before is happening again. The same cycle. Oh man, I believe that. But now when you say prophets, or you a prophet, or they, man, no, man, hell no. You ain't anointed by the Lord. Right? Don't you know some people became prophets after Yahushua through the apostles? Some people became disciples and then they was teaching his word. Right? You got time at Jeremiah 1 and 5. The Lord ordained him a prophet before he was in the womb. Right? Through the Spirit, the teachers were already anointed to be teachers through the Spirit before the foundations of the heavens and the earth. Right? Let me get that in Jeremiah. Let's get that classic. Because y'all got to understand, if Jeremiah is not the only prophet we just read in Hosea 12 and 10, he also spoke by the prophets. So that means all prophets was known before the womb. Right? Paul, he was known before the womb. Before he became an apostle, he was persecuting the church. He was a Pharisee of Pharisees. Then he became an apostle. How did that happen? Because through the Spirit he was ordained. The Lord don't have to physically in your face and do it around people to ordain you. He can already ordain you in the Spirit. Let's see what he says in Jeremiah 1. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. You see? So he knew Jeremiah before he was even in the belly. How was that, Sway? Because he was known in the Spirit. Right? What is it? Is it Galatians 1? Okay. This is Galatians chapter 1, verse 11. It says, but I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man. For I neither receive it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of Yahushua Hamashiach. How did he learn this? Through the Ruach HaKodesh. Because Yahushua said that he was going to send the Ruach HaKodesh, which is going to teach you all things. That's how Paul was able to understand the gospel of Yahushua. That's how he was able to bring forth his epistles, right? And that's the same with us, with the men of the Lord now, right? So the ones that's remaining in this thing is really the faithful. Romans 11 and 4, right? Did the election obtained it? Wait, hold on. Let's actually get it. Let me not butcher it. That's the classic, right? But through the flesh, we all sin, you know? Romans 11 and 7, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Everybody's not going to get it because they wasn't blessed with knowing this information, right? Shalom to the brother Yaramayan, man. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters that is doing the Shabbat today, which is the lunar Shabbat. Shalom. So again, only the elect are going to obtain this understanding. That's why when we go back to Isaiah 1 and verse 3, when it says the ox knoweth his owner and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not. Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. Only the elect, the remnant, are going to consider. That's why the 2/3, they don't consider this, right? To them, this is BS, this is bullshit, right? But only to the elect. The Lord been doing the same thing back then, dealing with only a few, right? When you look at the many prophets, like it was 450 prophets that lied to King Ahab. But it was only one prophet that actually told him the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Micaiah, right? The Lord is not dealing with the many. He's dealing with the few, right? In order for us to get this understanding, he has to send out his prophets four corners of the earth, wherever you at, to teach his word. But guess what? We're in a time where the Lord put a spirit, or not like what we got. He put that left side spirit in them, but a spirit of some type of understanding for Esau, because he is wiser than Daniel, to make a freaking media, social media, or a platform where you can do videos and edify. You got TikTok. Some people might go on IG. Some people go on Facebook. But the main one is YouTube. As soon as you go live, people on it, you click send, you upload it, then anybody in any country can watch your video, depending on what they're searching. The algorithm, you know. The Lord did that. God did, right? He set that up so that his word can be pushed in a way faster. This is how this is another example how Yahweh Shai coming, right? Because right before you was able to do YouTube, the men of the Lord was doing that heavy lifting, putting the camera right on their shoulder and recording, giving you a tape, giving you CDs, right? Cassette tapes, right? And now we're able to use digital devices because the Lord he's putting that engine out, right? And the word is just continually going out. This is how we get ease. We're not getting ease by our oppressors. You're not going to get ease at work. Most of the time, you're not going to get ease at home, right? The best ease we got is by the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? So let's get back on track. Isaiah 1:4, it says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, right? Heaven, iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel with anger. They are gone away backwards, right? Israel, the nation of Israel, is the first people on the earth as a nation to do the moonwalk. Not Michael Jackson, not James Brown, not Prince, not Usher, not Chris Brown, not Kuta Kuta, but the nation of Israel were the first one to do the moonwalk. We backslide away from the Lord because we are a sinful nation. Why is that? It's because we're in the chains of darkness, right? But the Lord, right, programmed us to go off, right? Because he wanted us to know wickedness, right? It was in us to do it because we were given this flesh, right? And we're going to read this one verse, Jude chapter 1, verse 6. The angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he have reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. And that everlasting can go into a point of time. That point of time is when that stone that's not carved by hand come down and destroy that damn statue of Nebuchadnezzar, right? Which right now we're in the time of the myrrh and clay, the feet. Yahweh Shai has to come and destroy that statue, and that's going to be the judgment of the great day, which is all leading to the MOTB, Jacob's trouble, right? And going into World War III, you know? I want to get out this change of darkness. This is this veiled body. Philippians chapter 3, verse 21. The veiled body is this flesh. You know, Romans chapter 7, verse 15 to 21. Right? I do what I don't want to do. And it's not me that do it. It's sin that lives within me. You know? That's what makes Israel go off, is because of this flesh. And some people truly live by the flesh. Right? They don't live or desire to live by the Spirit. And that's many people. You know, the Lord is only waking up the few. The ones that he's looking in the heart that want this, that was programmed to come and seek this word. Now, Isaiah 1:5, it says, why should we be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises, purifying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Right? The Babylonians, they did that. But let me think. Let's go. I think it's Obadiah. Let's go to Obadiah, and I believe the 12th chapter, because even Esau had a hand. It's not one nation that didn't touch our spoils. Right? First Maccabees, the 2nd chapter, verse 10. Right? So Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, "But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of his distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress." Esau brought us to the Babylonians because they're like, "Oh, you left some refugees. I found them in the land," right? Just like those niggas that went to the areas in Cali that burnt up, and they went through people's burnt up houses, seeing what they can find and stuff, right? This is what nations was doing. Israel was tormenting the nations because when we was following Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, nobody truly could fuck with us. Excuse my language, right? Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna even read verse 15. It says, "For the day of Yahweh Shai is near upon all the heathen, starting with Esau, as thou hast done. It shall be done unto thee, thy reward shall return upon thy own head." So it's gonna happen to Esau. His reward is going to hit him on his head top. What they do in basketball, right? All nations is gonna get touched, especially Esau, right? Yeah, let me get that one too in First Maccabees 2 and 10. Let me not be stingy. First Maccabees chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "He said, Woe is me, wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy?" This is the time of the Greeks, right? Not the Japhite Greeks, but the Edomite Greeks that was taking over lands, right? It says, "In the sanctuary unto the hand of the strangers," and they would really be called Javan. Javan would be the Greeks, I believe, right? "Her temple is become a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity." See, even our vessels, our special glorious vessels, went into captivity. That is crazy. Yo, your vessels went into captivity. You went in captivity. Even the animals is in captivity. They in the zoo. Wasn't no zoo. We didn't have no damn zoo. You know? Soon as we fell, the whole world is out of wax. Come on, man. Starting at the time of Adam and Eve. Right? So read it again. It says, "Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the street. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?" Right? It's not one nation that had a part in our kingdom, touched anything in our land, especially those major captivities. Even the lesser ones. When you look in the book of Judges, those was people around us, right? And it's not one nation that got enough of our spoils. Go look at the Philistine. They took our Ark of the Covenant, right? And guess what? They laid it right next to Dagon, and the Lord he smote Dagon, that damn mermaid, right? Half man, half mermaid. And then hit them with swords on their body. We was tormenting the nations when we was following the Lord. But it's nations that was touching us and touching our vessels, man. The menorah. We used to have a big ass menorah, man. A beautiful temple. But Yahushua, he prophesied that not one stone was going to be left. And he was basically prophesying of 69, 70 AD, man. Jake is a stranger. Isaiah 14:1. We are the strangers. We are the sojourners. We are the strangers of our land. If we went back to our land, we would be a stranger. We wasn't born in that land. You know? We really got removed from our land, man. And Jake wanna, oh, I wanna own land. I own property. I have a mortgage. Nigga, you still ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. You rich niggas, you ain't nothing. You know? When niggas want to talk about God, but God, Yahweh B'Shem Shai gave every nation a possession for their people. The children of Israel, they got their land. Yasharallah, Yasharalam, right? Really, Jerusalem, Israel, Zion, man. He gave us a possession, which is an inheritance, an heirloom, a heirloom, right? Heirloom, an heirloom, something that's given down from descendant to descendant, man. You don't even know which way to go. That's through the Spirit. That's why the men of the Lord, even you daughters of Zion that's waking up to the faith, you are spiritually not at ease. Because the more you get in this truth, the more unease you are at this captivity. The more the son of perdition is being revealed, the more you are at unease, man. Right? Guess what? And even coming in this truth, we still don't have no rest. Because you might go to sleep and then wake up and you might have a dream of something. You go do a video, like Apostle Tahara always say. Sometimes I might hold it and wait till later, right? Or you try to go to sleep, but you staying up mad late and you watching videos, not freaking videos, but you watching videos. Some of them is freaking videos, because you might be watching Balloon Pop. You see how proudful Jake woman is, thinking women nowadays, their new slago, we're the prize. Men are not the prize. That make you go ahead and do a damn video. Coming in this truth, you're not at ease. You see people bumping up against the truth. You see people leaving the truth. You see people that don't even know the truth got something to say. We're not at ease until Yahweh sends Yahweh Shai, man. I can't wait to go home. Right? That's a song y'all don't know about. But it's something I said I want to fact check. I want to fact check it real quick. Please forgive me, family. Just bear with me. I gotta fact check this real quick. Yes. So when I said the Greek's true real name is Javin. Javin. When you go to Genesis 10, they was called Javin. So when you look it up in the Hebrew Bible, Javin is the name used to refer to the Greeks. Right? That's Genesis, the 10th chapter, in verse 2. Well, we'll go to it because I just want to clear that up, make sure. Again, you don't want to be in this thing teaching something wrong, right? So Genesis 10:2, I'll start at verse 1. It says, now these are the generations of the son of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood, the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Gog, or you say Magog, Madai, Javan, and Tabal, and Meshach, and Taraz, right? Javin would be the so-called Greeks, right? But the Greeks that we read in 1st and 2nd Maccabees, those are the Edomite Greeks under Alexander the Great, right? Really under Philip, because Philip was ruling Macedonia at that time. And he was an Edomite. Alexander was an Idumean. Antiochus Epiphanes was an Idumean, right? And Japhites are not Idumeans, right? So, Lord willing, that part was edifying, right? So now we're going back to Isaiah 1:7. It says, your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. Except Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like Gomorrah. A prime example is that Isaiah is speaking these words. He's an example of a remnant, right? Because only the faithful, the Lord reveal his secrets. So let's go to Daniel 2. And that's why you would say the prophets in the time of Moses, the prophets in the time of David, Solomon, even the other good somewhat kings, in the time of Job, the time of Judges, the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the time of Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Baruch, Daniel, Haggai, Nahum, Malachi, Obadiah, so on and so on, even the apostles. It was even more prophets in the midst of them, right? It's prophets that don't got a book. It's prophets that's not fully even that's mentioned by name in the scriptures, right? Especially when you look at Isaiah, 7,000 prophets. Elijah thought he was the only one. They didn't get mentioned by name, right? So where did I want it? I wanted something. Oh yeah, I said Daniel. So this is Daniel chapter 2. Daniel chapter 2, I think I'm going to start at verse 18. Because this is beautiful what Daniel said. And of course, he's glorifying the Heavenly Father, because none of us can understand anything unless it was given to us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The same as if I want to sharpen my sword, unless man's going to the Lord, unless the Lord move me to a brother that has that type of understanding. It could be my brothers that I labor with. It could be the elder apostles and the man on down. Watch a video and I get understanding. That's all the Lord. What is it? Ecclesiastes 9 verse 1. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise in their works are in the hand of God. So through the Spirit, because the Lord, just like what he did to David, the Lord is trying your ways, your reign, and looking at your heart. That's how you get appointed to be a prophet, And a prophet just don't hop and just do it. A prophet is studying, right? They're doing a diligent search. And the things that they do know, they're going to teach. And the things that they don't know, if it's put on them to go search and to know, they're going to seek it. Sirach chapter 6, it says, seek and search, right? And if you find her, let her not go. Let's talk about wisdom, right? So Daniel 2, verse 19, also at 18, it says, that they would desire mercies of the God of heaven concerning the secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. And we read that in Hosea 12 and 10. The Lord speaks somewhat to prophets in visions and dreams. What that white dude said in that debate with Gorilla and Captain and that one other brother. Oh, did you have a dream or a vision? Do you have any proof it's written? Guess what? We're reading these visions and these dreams through the scriptures. It is about the Ruach HaKodesh being in us to be able to bring forth that sound doctrine that was already taught, right? So now, this vision, this night vision was given unto Daniel, and it says, 19, then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, which they knew it was Yahweh, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the season, and removeth kings and set up kings, and he giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. So as an example, when I was talking about our we're not at ease, we're not at rest, and we've been through this captivity, that captivity, is because what this verse just said. The Lord removed kings and set up kings. We're not in ancient Egypt. The Lord removed us from that. Then another kingdom, then another kingdom, then another kingdom, and then David and Solomon, right? Then this wicked king, then that wicked king, then that wicked king. Then we in a time of judges. We have judges, and then we get removed, and then we're in oppression. Then we're ruled by a judge, and then we're oppressed again. We're a judge, then we're oppressed. Then a judge, then we're oppressed. And the next one you know, I'm really saying it all backwards. But then at the time of David and Solomon, we were at peace. But after them, then that's when the Babylonian captivity came, the Assyrian captivity for the northern kingdom, then the Persian Medes, then the Greeks, then the Romans, the Arabs, the African booty scratchers after the time when Rome fell. And then when they rose again, after Yahushua through the Spirit opened up that hell, after that 1,000 years, and they came out of that pit, then they ruled again, but they restarted a foundation of the Roman foundation, which is really the Renaissance, the rebirth of Rome, you know? So right there, reading it again, there's no way anybody can say Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not real. History backs this up. The scriptures back this up. He changeth the times and the seasons. Right now we're in winter going into spring, then summer, then back to fall, then winter again. He removed kings and set up kings. The presidents, all of them, they're not selected. No, they're not elected. They're selected, right? In the spiritual and in the physical. Donald Duck is not in office because he was elected president because of you. No, he was selected through the Spirit, right? The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So you think us electing a president is over Yahweh Shem Yahushai? No. Yahweh Shem Yahushai orchestrated all of this. Everything that he's doing, this is all in the hands of the Lord. He got the world in his hands. What is it? Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21 verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. The president is a new example of a Caesar, but that's a king. They just changed the name. I don't care who ruling. Russia, the China man, Ching Chong Egg Roll, the Japanese, anybody anywhere that's in a high seat calling themselves a king or a ruler, you were set up. You were selected to play that role. Then when you fall, you get assassinated, you get removed, it's all the Lord. Come on, baby. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding, which is the prophets. Right? He revealeth the deep and the secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and and the light dwelleth in him. Right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai gives all of this to his prophets. Right? I'm gonna read a verse that my brother Sam brought out at camp. Even though we always read this, Amos 3:7, but at camp he read it in the NLT. It says, "Indeed, the sovereign Lord never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets." You see? So the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, all the other captivities after Nebuchadnezzar did not get established until he revealed it to Daniel. And through each captivity, then you had Ezra that got even further. He explained it on another level, the Roman captivity in 2nd Ezra's the 11 and 12th chapter. The 12 feathers is the 12 Caesars, so on and so on, you know. And that was all by the Rakak Wadash. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 10 and 11. Those things are deep when it comes into prophecies, right? So the Lord would do nothing until he reveal his plans to his servants, the prophets. So when it comes to the end game, right, when Yahushua come, that was revealed to the prophets before Yahushua even comes. The first time he came on the earth, and then the next time he come on the earth, all of that was revealed to us. This is why we got to continue to keep teaching the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua until he makes us like Ezekiel. What did the Lord do to Ezekiel? He made his mouth dumb where he couldn't even speak or reprove anybody no more. The Lord is going to do that to the men of the Lord. The same thing he did back then, he's going to do now. He's going to move us from teaching. That mercy and that grace door is going to be closed. And if you didn't try to get in now, it's over for you. Right? So again, Isaiah 1:9, except Yahweh of hosts have left unto us a very small remnant. If he didn't leave a small remnant of faithful believers, starting with the teachers, right, we would have never got it. Where would I be without you? Right? Where would we be if he didn't leave a remnant? Right? So let's finish this out. Now verse 10 goes into God having he had enough, of our rebellion, our wickedness. It says, hear the word of Yahweh, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of God, ye people of Gomorrah. He's talking to Israel. It says, to what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifice unto me, saith Yahweh? I am full of burnt offerings of rams, in the fat of fat beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, or of lambs, or of he-goats. This is where Yahushua has to get established. Yahushua has to be established because none of these sacrifices can cover us, man. Yahushua can, right? So wait, hold on. Let me get something because I know them brothers that don't believe in Yahushua. I can care less, but I care that you want to disrespect Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You take away Yahushua, you don't got Yahweh, right? Let's go into that perfect sacrifice, right? We are at ease. Everything the Lord did for us is because what he did for us, right? We are the reason why we have a way to get to the kingdom, the reason why we're still in this motion, the real reason why the children of Israel are still on the earth, right? The reason why you still got this word is because of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Shalom to the brother Yashar Laquad Woods Yahawada. Or whether I said your name right. So when you go to Hebrews, the 9th chapter, and you go to verse 19, it says, for when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of calves and of goats with water and scarlet, wool and hops, and sprinkled both the book and all the people, saying, this is the blood of the testament which God hath enjoined unto you. Moreover, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and the vessel of the ministry. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission of sin. No, right? No forgiveness of sin. Salaki family. Salaki family, I had to do something real quick. So again, without shedding of blood is no remission of sins, basically no forgiveness of sins. It was therefore necessary that the pattern of things in the heavens should be purified with these, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Hamashiach is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the true, but into heaven itself now to appear in the presence of God for us. Nor yet that he should offer himself often, as the high priest entereth into the holy place every year with blood of others, right? He didn't have to always enter into the heavens. He only had to do it one time for us, right? It says, For then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. But now, once in the end of the world, have he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. So Hamashiach was once offered to bear the sins of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. And brothers would think, I don't need Yahushua to cover me. You know, I can just do the law. None of us can fully do the law. We're in the flesh, you know. And what it just said, we went off in verse 2 and 3. And then Ecclesiastes 3 and 15, the same thing that's happened now has happened before. We the same people that's going off day to day, you know. Half of y'all living in a house that got mold in your house. You supposed to burn that house down. Some of y'all live in the same house with your wife. Oh yeah, I do, brother. And she get on her period. She's supposed to be removed, right? Because anything you going to the same, you taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, she taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, and she on her period. Unclean, man, right? Guess what? You might be washing your clothes in the same washer she's washing her unclean clothes in, or her unclean bed sheets. Make it make sense, man, right? What's something else, right? Right, we don't got the temple, right? Passover, you supposed to have a whole lamb. Oh, my camp, we all use lambs. Well, the Lord is not just I mean, especially if you ain't teaching 100% truth, but you have to know the 144,000 and 1/3 is not just in that one camp, man. You know, you have to know that you're in captivity. So guess what? I might have to go to the store and get a lamb shoulder. You can't fully keep it, but you rehearse it to the best of your ability. We in captivity. How am I fully keep the Shabbat? Oh, I do Friday, Saturday. That's not the right Shabbat. You know, the Shabbat is going to change, especially because of the new moon comes once a month, right? Your new cycle. And guess what? Because I'm in captivity, I got to provide for my household. And since I'm in captivity, I can't say, hey, Esau, like this one camp. He said, man, is you afraid of Esau? You ain't going to yell at him and tell him you need all because it's your Shabbat? Show me in the scriptures we supposed to go tell our oppressors that it's the Shabbat. You go in the Maccabees, you couldn't even say that you was an Israelite or a Jew, right? You couldn't even keep the Shabbat. So that means you couldn't even keep the new moon. You couldn't keep the first day of the Passover. Most cases we doing this secretively, man. You know? We got other examples, man. Your daughter might be going to school and then she on her period for 7 days. Sitting at a desk, eating at a lunch table. Right? She unclean. She's supposed to be removed. You know, and we could keep on going. We can keep on going, right? So for brothers thinking that they don't need Yahushua, you bugged out. This is why you don't hold yourself on the law so much. You know, we establish the law, but it's about faith. The only work is not the law, right? You could do work of alms, the work of your brother and sister, just like what just happened. This lady needed something next door, right? Lending it to her, even if her man should be doing, making sure she good. But just as an example, for somebody in your house, somebody next door asking for something, and you lended something to him, Yahushua said, when I needed some clothes, you gave them to me. They said, man, when did you go without clothes? Because he's talking about the spirit. You could look at a Jake through the spirit, and they might not be of the faith. That could be Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua testing you in some way to see if you're gonna lend. Right? That's part of the work. Right? Part of the work is doing charity work when you stand on the highways and byways teaching his word. You know, the work is not only the law, right? So again, back then we fully couldn't keep it because it goes back to the flesh. Let me get another one. Lord willing, y'all, what they say at church? Y'all not with me today. Y'all not with me today. This is Romans chapter 7 and reading verse 15. It says, For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I. And if then I do that which I should not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now when it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me that is in my flesh dwelleth no good thing, for to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. For the good that I would do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then a law, that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man, right? So it's really your flesh that's doing the things that you don't want to do, right? Which is really in a sinful nature. When you go back to like Romans 2, some of us is doing the law, following the law without even knowing it, right? Some of us is actually doing the law without even knowing it. I forgot what verse it is. I know it's in chapter 2, but like again, some of us is doing the law naturally without even being taught, without even knowing it. You know, like love your neighbor. You might be showing actions of that, but you wasn't even taught the law. The same example with the Gentiles, right? But again, when you go back to Isaiah, it's all about us being circumcised in the heart, and that all comes by faith in Hamashiach Yahushai. So now back to Isaiah 1:12, it says, when ye come to prepare before me, who have required this at your hand to tread my courts, bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and the Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the Solomon meeting. Hold on. Right? In the NLT, it would say, stop bringing me your meaningless gifts. The incense of your offering disgusts me. As for your celebrations of the new moon and the Sabbath and your special days for fasting, then, they are all sinful and false. I want no more of your pious meetings, right? Because we were going off. You know, you had some serving another God saying, oh, it's Yahweh's feast tomorrow. We was doing that in our past. We got Jake doing that now. You know, you got Jake doing that now, right? You got Jake selling the truth, right? You got Jake knowing in their mind they coming up with a false doctrine, and then they charging you $20, but they not going to give you the breakdown for free. That's crazy, right? You're truly sinning against the Lord, especially when you disnounce or don't believe in Hamashiach Yahushai. You're not in this faith. You're what is it? All Israel is not Israel. Romans 9:6. You're not Israel no more. You don't believe in Yahushai. People really think that they're covered only by keeping the law, right? So now back to verse 16. Wash you and make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead to the widow. So while we have no rest and we have no ease, what we should be doing in wherever you at, I don't care wherever you at, I don't care what level, how much money you have and what you don't have. You need to come and be washed by the word, St. John 15:3, right? You need to be washed. You need to become a new man, a new creature, right? Not going back into Karuchi, but a new creature by the way you think, right? By allowing Yahweh Hashem Al Shai to change your thinking, right? Being able plant the seeds or let the seeds grow within you, which you can't do. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has to do it, right? I can't force nobody on this video now and later to believe in anything I'm saying. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has to draw you to believing in this, you know? Well, why would I sit here for a whole hour or more and just keep putting the law on you, but not the hardest thing for Jake is to accept Yahushai, to accept that Yahweh is in the fourth dimension, to accept that brother's gonna be traveling over galaxies, but brother say, no, brother, it's the law. Then a brother go off on oh man, it doesn't matter. Oh, so thank you for the correction, but hey, as long as we teaching the law, brother, we good. That's not it. Why would anybody teach anything in the Bible? Then when you try to correct them, they don't want to accept the correction. That's what true love is. True love is helping your brother when he going off, when he's slipping the tongue. The Lord is coming back, and everybody that's speaking off, walking off, is going to be dealt with. That's the whole point of Isaiah chapter 1. We're a rebellious nation, and we see this shit every day, man. I'm tired of not having no rest. I'm tired of not having no ease. Soon as I go to work, my whole legs is about to... the more older you get in this captivity, our bodies be hurting. Because look at the ground you sitting on. And niggas, oh man, I got a Mercedes-Benz, man. I'm doing this. But then you see this, it be so many brothers that want to run their mouth, but they not teaching. I know brothers that's not teaching unless they getting paid. You might as well be a rapper. It's certain rappers that said, I'm not freestyling unless I'm getting paid for it. Niggas is really making you pay for this word. And guess what? All of this was free. You know? All of this was free, man. Dang, man, I forgot where I was about to go. That joint just got me amped for a minute. So again, wash you, make you clean. Actually, let me get that one. Let's go to St. John 15:3. No, let's go to Ephesians 5:26. Ephesians 5:26, it says that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word, right? And that's how we're cleansed. We're cleansed by the word, right? That water is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that flows in the believers. Wait up, now I got it. It hit my head. Now I know where I'm going. See, you got to go somewhere where Yahweh Shai at, then it comes back. St. John 6:44. I'll start at 43. It says, Yahweh Shai therefore answered and said unto them, murmur not among yourselves. No man could come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last days. You can't come in this unless the Father draw you to the Father. What is that? Man's going is of the Lord. Proverbs 20:24, Proverbs 16:9. A man's heart divides of his ways, but the Lord direct his steps. Half of us don't even know where we going tomorrow, 2 days from now. But God do. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai do. He's playing chess. You niggas is playing tic-tac-toe or checkers. For the believers, you're going to be moved. For you non-believers, you're being dealt with on the left-hand side. Right? We reap what we sow. We can go up to verse 37, but I'll start at 35. It says, Yahweh Shai said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I said unto you that ye also have seen me, and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. Only the believers is coming to Yahweh Shai. Only the believers. Starting with the men that are teaching this word in 100% truth, in a sound doctrine, right? That enter into other man's labors and actually understand it and know it, right? And the women and children, right? The main job of this faith is a teacher. That's the main job of this thing, right? That's the main job in this thing. For all of us to even grow in this thing, having a teacher, having teachers that you can watch on a video, you see them at camp, talking to you men, where you could probably pull up on them, you could probably call them. Having teachers is is one of the best gifts, because you're able to grow in understanding. You know, instead of me coming with my own understanding, how do you sharpen yourself? Right? You have to put a rock on a stone to sharpen it, which spiritually is Yahawashi. But the verse say iron sharpen iron. So you're going to a brother that can help you sharpen your sword. Because isn't that brother using a sword? Ephesians 6 and 17. And unless y'all both speaking the same thing, y'all can't walk together. Right? Let's get that. Again, the brother Samuel Waller brought this out at camp. In the NLT, Amos 3 and 3, it says, can two people walk together without agreeing on the direction? No, they cannot. They cannot walk together unless they agree. That's unity. Unity is when we agree on everything that we're teaching. Oh, I agree with you on the law, but I don't agree with the prophecies. Let's go out and teach. That's not unity. Y'all not even brothers, man. Right? A real brother is walking through that path, through thick and thin, with the same mindset. If you slip, his mindset, let me lean down my hand and pick him up. When you slip, his mindset is just like yours. Let me lean down and help him up. What if you got a friend like, damn, I got a heavy book bag. If I lift you up, da-da-da-da, what if I fall? Nah, you're a heavy burden. Why don't you get up yourself? That's not somebody on the same mindset. You know, and you got other examples. You playing basketball, football. Everybody got the mindset of winning. Now, some people might be like, hey, just pass me the ball. I'm the one that do it. And then y'all lose. Oh, man, I scored 30 points. Y'all brothers didn't do nothing. To play as a team, we'll be able to finish the course. That's why you need all the prophets teaching his word, feeding the sheep, and walking it. You women, you should be walking that too, so that other women can see the attribute of other women. Your kids should be walking a certain way out in these streets, so that they look different from other kids. You know, if you tired of being a rebellious nation, now is the time to do the requirements of Yahweh Shema Shai, which consist of rehearsing the law, statutes, and commandments and the faith. Right? Because you got to have real faith to believe that this law is true, that this is going to get me right. So if you have faith that this law going to get you right, you should have the same faith that Yahawashi is the way that you actually get to the Father. That Yahawashi is the way that you get that glorious body. You know? Because you got to know, from time past, you know how many times people were saying that it's only God? Why ain't nobody saved? You know? Second, Christianity, they'll say that's the number 1% truth. Christianity been out here longer than Hebrew Israelites in this time, but saying that they're Hebrew Israelites. Why ain't nobody saved? Somebody lying, right? And Christianity is so big, the Lord is not dealing with the many. He's only dealing with the few, right? So now, let us reason with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is Isaiah 1 again. In verse 18, it says, come now and let us reason together, saith Yahweh. Though your sins be like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land, right? We have to be obedient when it comes to the Lord. Yahawashi showed the example. Yahweh gave him a command and gave him words to say. Yahawashi manifested those words unto us. Even more, Yahawashi manifested his Father's name unto us too. Let's see. This is Yahawashi prayer. This is St. John 17 and 1. These words spake Yahawashi and lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father, the hour is come, glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee, as thou hast given his power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true God, and Yahushua HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent. Even more, I'm going to take away from the power of the Lord. Yahweh sent Yahushua, man. Yahweh sent Yahushua. Who am I to say Yahushua not real? If I believe in Yahweh, I have to believe that Yahweh sent Yahushua. You know? Let me just keep going. Verse 1, it says, I have glorified thee on earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. Right? So Yahushua was doing the work that the Father told him to do. Why are we still here? Because we got work to be done. If teaching is still, if we're still able to teach, the ministry is not getting moved, right? That means we still got work to do. Our course is not finished. Right? It says, oh, now, O Father, glorify thou me with thy own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested thy name unto them, which thou gavest me out of the world. And he's talking about the teachers. He's talking about the disciples, right? And even the other believers. In thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word, right? Thou gavest them me. Those are the ones that are drawn to Yahushua. Everybody is not drawn to Yahushua and in truth and in spirit. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. That's there go Yahushua still not exalting himself over Yahushua or in comparison. He's saying all that thou hast given me are of thee. All of this is of Yahweh. Right? It says, for I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I come out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. Right? So Yahushua was only teaching us the words and showing us the obedience, showing us the trust of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because Yahweh gave Yahushua a purpose, and he had to fulfill that. That was his lot. That's the prime example of obedience. That's the example of a faithful child, right? That's, man. Everything the Lord gave to Yahushua to do, he came on the earth as himself, as Yahushua, and did everything the Lord commanded him. And Yahushua said in this chapter, give me that same glory I had before basically the heavens and the earth. And that's what he got right now, sitting on the right-hand side of the Father, man. Until Yahweh makes his enemies his footstools. But things have to be fulfilled in their time and their purpose. Right? Truly through the Spirit, the Lord waiting for us, man. Now back to Isaiah 1 and 20, right? I'm almost done. It says, but if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword. In the mouth of Yahweh has spoken it. You're going to be, if you refuse and rebel, you're going to be destroyed, man. Right? Let's go to Isaiah 66. Just so you know, Yahushua not coming with hugs and kisses. Give me a hug, you give me a hug, you give me a kiss. No, he's coming with wrath. Isaiah 66 in verse 15, for behold, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. The day of the Lord is scary, man. You know, when you're watching a scary movie, it is 10 times worse than that. That's why this is a little light moment, right? When, like, literally, when the MOTB come, oh my goodness, we're another moment close to the kingdom. Famine of the word, we're another day close. When Jacob trouble is in that full effect, we're another moment closer. When those nukes, actually not even saying that, when they bumping through your house and you gotta flee, we're closer. When those nukes drop, we're closer. Right now, we seeing the problems that's going on with United States, going on with the Europeans, going on with the world, right? We're getting closer, right? Donald Duck is talking about separating, I guess, United States from NATO. But even better, they're showing you that America is a corporation. Billionaires are sitting in the White House. We're days, weeks, months, years closer to Yahushua coming. You got to use this moment, while you can, right? Let's actually get that in Isaiah 62. You right now, everybody in a mama, daddy, and child, really the father and the mother, but the father, y'all should be the men. Y'all should be wearing out the Lord, right? Isaiah 62, verse 6 and 7. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, which is the men of the Lord. I believe I'm one of them. O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. This is why we teach, because we're not holding our peace. The Lord told us that we got to cry against these places. Jeremiah 28 and 8. The people of old was prophesying against kingdoms, countries, pestilence, wars, and wickedness. That spirit is still out here. It says, and ye that make mention of Yahweh Shema Shai, keep not silence. I can't close my mouth. Right? I gotta make mention of the Lord. Especially if I know it. If I don't, Sirach 5 and 12. If you don't got the answer, put your hand on your mouth. Just shut up. Right? Verse 7. Give him no rest till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. You can't give the Lord no rest. That's like you keep saying, Tom. And he's like, Han, can you stop saying my name? You keep saying Yahweh Shema Shai. You keep bringing out his word. That's you not giving the Lord no rest. You speaking about his prophecies. You praying to the Lord, begging, please don't let our enemies triumph over us anymore. Right? You don't want to give the Lord no rest in this time. I want to give you so much more, right? That I think I might have to do a side lesson on verse 20. But if ye refuse, I'll even read it in NLT. It says, but if you turn away and refuse to listen, you will be devoured by the sword of your enemies. And in past captivities, you even got King Zedekiah. King Zedekiah, Jeremiah told him just to go out and bow down and yield to Nebuchadnezzar. He fled the opposite way. Nebuchadnezzar had his eyes gouged out and killed his sons. In past tense, that sword came. Romans, what they did. A flood army came to seek Israel after they destroyed the temple. 1 million Jews fled to the African mountains. So in this time, what is the sword that's going to devour us in this time? The waster. Isaiah 54:16. Those nukes. Not all of us, the 2/3. Jacob Trouble and those nukes. Jacob Trouble, you 2/3, y'all gonna have it worse than that day. Some of y'all might get shot, get stabbed, and still be living. You can't even walk. Might be low on breathing, then those nukes come and you're gonna be wishing you died, like the verse saying in Revelations. People are gonna seek death and won't find it. Right? Some of y'all gonna want to die and not, but the Lord is gonna preserve you, and you're gonna die by the sword of your enemies, man. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for my brothers. I don't want that for the brothers of Great Millstone that are sincere, and even the other elect men, that's being sincere and singing the same song. I don't want that for you, right? I don't want that for the elect lady or the elect child, not for y'all. The Lord left a remnant that was going to follow and obey and grow in faith, But the ones that's being stubborn, that's keep messing up, eventually the Lord might remove you from this faith. Somebody else is going to take your spot because it was predestined for you to not get it. It was predestined for them to get it. You want to strive to be the one that actually get it. To get it is to make change, right? even when we mess up. We want to do better. To do better is not to be all talk. It just said, if ye refuse and rebel, right? If we turn away from the Lord, we turn away from our purpose, we ignore those moments. A lot of us fuck up so much. We should be being face to face with our problems daily, right? Some people, like sometimes I will probably have a problem and I will try to hear it one day and I go right back to that problem again. You have to abuse it, right? It says give the Lord no rest. I know some people that could watch a marathon of a show for 4 hours straight, and the only break they taking is using the bathroom and getting food. They come right back to that marathon. But when it comes to hearing the word of the Lord or trying to read or get understanding, oh, I gotta take a break. Oh, no, I gotta go do this. You really don't want to deal with your problems. I'm talking to you men, I'm talking to you women, even you children. I want the kingdom so bad I can smell it. Maybe that's my breath or something, man. I want it. I want it. I need it. But I can't get it just because I say I need it. I have to show the worth, right? So now I'm about to wind out because I know I would keep going, man. I'm feeling real good today. This is 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and verse 7. It says, in every one, I'll start at verse 6. I'll start at verse 5. It says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So people that's doing the work and have faith, which is them believing, they're going to escape the Jacob trouble problems. Yes, you're going to be tried in those times, but your end game is you're going to escape. It's already written. So whoever escaped in those days, let's go to 2nd Esdras 16, right? Because in Jacob trouble, they're going to be known. Even ushering into Jacob trouble, they're going to be known, right? Really, the elect is the example, period, especially the men. The ones that's constantly sharpening up, the ones that's constantly taking correction and making change, the ones that's actually trying to teach the volume of the book and be sincere, the ones that's laboring with their brothers that's in unity. That's the mindset of the elect. The angels in the heavens, they are the example of unity. The left-hand side, they deal with the left-hand side. The right-hand side deal with the right-hand side. But guess what? They're all angels. And they're all obedient. They're all in oneness because they're following what Yahweh Shema Shai telling them what they should do. Didn't Satan in Job 1, the Lord tell him, hey, why don't you try my servant? He said, no, you covered all the things that he had. He said, okay, how about you go ahead and you do it, but just don't touch him. He went to go touch his possessions, the things he had. Then he said, you know what? Go touch him. The Lord is the one that gives the okay or the no. Come on, baby. This is 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, in verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Let's look up this word insurrection real quick. Let me look it up before you do. Insurrection. Insurrection means rebellion, revolt, uprising, revolution, right? A violent uprising against an authority or government, right? So again, for there shall be in every place, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, right? So it's going to be a rebellion against those that fear the Lord. They shall be like mad men, talking about Esau, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Our tribulation, our persecution, not only by Esau, but even Jake, it's going to hit hard. Niggas is, yo, I'm telling you, man, the ones that's not of this faith, they gonna even be scared. Right? The ones that's not fear to the Lord, that's in this faith, they gonna be scared them damn selves too. But the ones of the faith, of course, we're gonna have fear in us. But we're gonna even have more fear because we're gonna fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because the Lord told us, don't fear what man can do unto you, but fear him that can kill flesh and spirit, man. Because really, what's that thing Yahushai said? You can do nothing unless it was orchestrated or told by the Lord to do it, man. If you wasn't given the order in the spirit, you can't do nothing. They shoot you, then that means it was ordered by the Lord. Guess what? You lay down there. What did Job say? Do we not receive good and evil by the hands of the Lord? You know? You gotta be, a lot of y'all should be lucky right now everything is at ease. But if you really serious about the Lord, you should be using this time to not give the Lord rest and sharpen yourself up. Get tired of being a rebellious people, right? If you are not at ease, find a way to be at ease with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. My best comfort to being at ease is with my brothers, right? Outside of, what other brothers have when, they land with their lady. But it's really when I'm with my brothers where sharpen you up. They talk about scriptures. That's the best ease. What about your children? Your children most likely in La La Land, they might not truly know. They can read. I'm about to read the last book of Proverbs. I love this book. But your kids really don't know what's going on. They truly don't. Your little kids got a smart mouth. They like doing this. Jacob Trouble is going to hit everybody. Them kids, they going to get hit. They going to be super scared because they kids. But we have to make sure we have faith and fear in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. I'd rather lose my life for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai than just to lose it for nothing. And Lord will, because some of us, we change up. So again, it's going to be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, right? It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out their houses. Right? They didn't take that MOTB. The ones that fear the Lord, the ones that have the faith. You're going to be kicked out your damn house. Right? So now we got to truly depend on the Lord, but you should be truly dependent on him now. Right? Verse 73, it says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Because after we getting kicked out of our house and all that is happening, we're going to truly be tried. But in that day, then shall they be known who are my chosen. So in that day, you're going to really know who's the Lord chosen, who is really dealing with him. But even more, that's why I say even before that, prophecies, when prophecies come to pass, especially the MOTB, we going to know who the prophets is. Now, I know that I'm following the true prophets, right? Let alone, like, when you look at the time of the apostles, they had disciples underneath them. So if they had disciples, the disciples was following the apostles the Lord put in front of them, because they enter into their labors. And if they enter into their labors and they following sound doctrine, those disciples under those apostles, those are even prophets. You see that? Elijah, he was a prophet. When the Lord told him he still had 7,000 that didn't bow the knee to Baal, even if they're not mentioned by name in the Bible, those are prophets. It doesn't matter if it's major, minor, those are prophets. If you enter into other man's labors and you're teaching the same thing, bringing forth 100% truth, you are a prophet. Some of y'all can be apostles. Apostle means to be sent out, Some of y'all evangelists, right? Some of y'all are bishops through the Spirit, teachers, pastors, they're on the earth. In the 12 tribes of Israel, in America, and 4 corners of the earth. It's a brother that teach fluently. He's in Australia. It's brothers in UK, and I'm talking about GMS. I don't know about the other, because I'm not watching everybody. I'm watching other camps to see what they went off on. GMS is man. I've seen these brothers everywhere, man. The men of the Lord, the sincere men, even if I do know you, or if I don't, or if I never seen you, on YouTube or whatever, The men of the Lord is four corners of the earth teaching his word, man. And some of them is in the spirit world, right? And that day, the chosen gonna be known, man. Woo, man. Oh man, let's finish reading this. It says, "Hear, O my beloved, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." Only the chosen, he's gonna deliver. "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your guide." Right? And just because I know some women, you say to men, even you women gonna be known. Because guess what? Some of y'all women gonna be under men of the Lord. Some of y'all women because when you go to 2nd Ezra, I think the beginning of this chapter, some women, their husband gonna die because of famine or by the sword. And the Lord might have favor on you, and you might cleave to one of the men of the Lord. Guess what? You're not bound to the law no more because your husband is dead. So now the Lord really set you up, really set it up for the okie doke. Now you about to be married to one of the men of the Lord, right? Let me read something. Let me get something, right? Do we got this in here? No, you know what? I got to go to my other handy dandy Bible book. We're going to go to the MSG book. And we're going to go to Isaiah 4:1. This is Isaiah 4:1, and this is the MSG. The Bible, MSG, Isaiah 4:1. It says, "That will be the day when 7 women will gang up on one man, saying, we'll take care of ourselves, get our own food and clothes, just give us a child, make us pregnant, so we'll have something to live for." And that's another example of women being saved through childbearing. There's gonna be some women, while this world going, they probably with their boyfriend, their husband right now. And 2nd Ezra 16, some of these bridegrooms, some of these brides, their bridegrooms is gonna die because of war or famine, and y'all gonna be single. And if the Lord having favor on you, favor is you look at a man of the Lord or whatever, you knocking at that door, you see him, and he say, "Yeah, you could come with me." Then guess what? That's the mercy of the Lord. But if every man of the Lord is saying no, guess what? You're not having mercy. But a lot of women on this side is gonna be cleaving to the men of the Lord, and most of you women will get popped. You not popped like smacked in the head, but you will, because it just said, and even in the KJV, it says, "Let us have your name." When you get married, what mostly happen? The woman gets the man's last name. But the Lord don't do marriage like Esau does. Yes, you could do ceremonies and all those other things and diaries, but we're not in that time for that. Real marriage is finalized through sex. So literally, she's gonna take this man's name because he's gonna put his rod in her, and he's gonna finalize the marriage by having sex with her. In most cases, he's gonna pop a loogie in her, and she's gonna be somewhat pregnant during that time. And that woman ain't gonna go nowhere because now she's pregnant. Oh man, where I'm gonna go? And the Lord is gonna be blessing you. What we just read in 2nd Ezra 16, the chosen gonna be known, because while other people starving, eating their children or not eating, in a certain time wherever the Lord allows, the chosen are gonna be eating food. I don't care if it's sardines, I don't care if it's crackers, I don't care if it's chicken, I don't care if it's grasshoppers, beetles, or locusts, freaking steak, maybe veggies. You're gonna be eating in that time. So again, it's time for us to turn back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So Lord willing, this is edifying. Let me hurry up and get to closing this out before I keep going. Want to give all praises to the one true power that always makes it possible each and every week, not just for us to make it another day, but to make things be revealed each and every day through prophecies, parables, dark sayings, and even what's going on in the news with the president, people overseas in other countries. Things is being revealed. This is not the time to be chillaxed and to be stuck on a TV where you're not growing. And you put more time on that, more time on your business, more time on your job, more time on your BBLs, more time on your figure, more time more time away from Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. This is that time. Ecclesiastes 3. This is that time to speak. This is that time to praise Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because he's about to come and great wrath is about to come, So, hey, get your protection, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Lord willing that you can continue to endure and be sincere. Almighty Shalom to the hopeful elect, whoever you may be, in the same spirit. Lord willing you continue to endure and be sincere. And the Shalom to the Akwat Yom, believers of this faith. Lord willing that you continue to endure and be sincere and continue to pursue your lot, being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Lord willing, the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not of faith. And with that, Shalom.